We brother go introduce himself. Say hi to viewers and listeners out there, boss.
Okay, good evening, viewers. Good evening, listeners.
So, man, I read you, I know that it talks, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, me na Ibrahim Sano, me na the Minister of Youth Affairs.
Okay. Just go a little bit about a background about Ibrahim Sano. Other than Ibrahim Sano until present, so he become minister.
Okay, so Ibrahim Sano, hail from Bo. Went to school in Bo, primary school, and then as well go Bo School.
Yeah.
And then before I left Bo School, I became senior prefect. And then went to Friday College, 2006, 2010. And then I did my master's, completed my master's from 2014.
Okay.
Well, I only get the certificate 2019 because at that time I get for pay.
All right.
And then I've been into politics all my life.
When you go into politics?
Since 2005.
How many years now?
20 years exactly.
Okay. Since then I've been active member or ground member? Or because we're not able to, only win.
No, well, I've always been strategic in my own politics.
Okay.
And I was very active because we Solo B win, late Solo B win. In fact, by 2004, 2005, now we'll be the program called Under the Palm Tree in Abo.
Okay.
And then for SLPP,
all right.
I was this young, smart, vibrant pupil then in school.
Okay.
And so we Solo B even win the convention then, where they go Bo and I made them call for give the votes of thanks.
Okay.
And then I was part of that team for Bo, but I been left and come Friday College.
All right.
And then I was also part of the student movement for Solo Bina Friday College.
Okay.
Under then even the SLPP. Then Hindu Abindi was our president. Teketo Masandi was our secretary.
All right.
So right through, and then 2010, 2011, I became the personal assistant and protege. So Dr. Kadisise, now of blessed memories, who just passed away.
All right.
So that was how I came into the mainstream limelight. And Kadisise, fast forward, then 2014-15, I also can join His Excellency the President now. And then right through the elections, and yeah, I am today. Okay.
So if I can remember, the first story began about Sanona being SLRSA, I don't know if I'm right.
Yes.
How it happened? You have been waiting there.
Okay, so in 2018, I became the Deputy Executive Director for SLRSA. And 1 year, 3 months down the line, I became the Substantive Executive Director at SLRSA. Yeah.
How been the work there? Because I understand them even pull you there. I don't know whether they sack you, then relieve you, or give you another assignments. How it happen?
Okay, so that's an interesting one.
Yeah.
So while as deputy, I did what I had to do, and I then able for His Excellency BCC also fit for head the place, and I did a lot of reforms. For example, Nami heightened the automation at SLRSA by introducing the new number plate with the QR code, and also change that letter and get a number where they show now say the year where you license the vehicle and the year go they party number plates, and with the QR code scanner they for scanner for know if the vehicle number plate align with our system. And we introduce the biometric driver's license, with TTT and they use.
Did it work?
Yes, yes. It's still
I wonder because I get a license there. I don't know if it work.
Oh no, it work. It work.
How it work? You get the cheat?
Yeah, no. It gets there's an
I don't know if I get.
There's a contactless chip in it. Where we say, Dan they really want to make this one. None of this one.
But this is the driver license.
Yeah, I changed this.
Okay.
So you don't get the new one yet.
Well, this for expire in time for expire, no retreat, 2026.
Okay.
You know.
So you get the old one.
Yeah.
So the new one, you have to go do your biometric.
But that's also a problem, Mr. Minister. I wonder how I'm able to set down the way. A lot of people, some point in time, people have been saying, even forget license, person they give you a paper and all that kind of stuff.
No, I don't know.
Sometimes in shots.
It never happened during my own term.
Yeah.
Because no, it never happened my own term. Yeah. The only time we'll get small issue now because will be the transition, and that's natural. Will be the transition for go to the new license, but we ensure we had enough stock in place, and we had systems will roll out, and we decentralize even the license process.
Okay.
By then, for me the license, they go for bring all things for it. So now, in a sense, now Kailan will do the whole license, Boe will do the whole license.
Is it possible now?
Yes, it's still happening now.
Okay. You can go to the office there.
Once in a while, I don't even license. Motorcard and plenty.
Is it effective, Mr. Minister? Because it sounds strange to me.
No, it's not.
Because people in the come applying for license.
No, it's not. It's working. I'm telling you, because they still issue the biometric driver's license. It's still working. It's working.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the biometric driver license, how do they work? What are the biometric panel?
That's your thumbprint.
Yeah.
Did they get you thumbprint? It's a whole system.
No, let's say you don't get the card. Also, you will go with and go no say na biometric. Let's say I don't get the card now.
Any sign of the world, as long as there's a chip in it. Once they run them, they able information they come up.
Okay.
So the other next phase, I don't know if they don't do it now.
All right.
So that was the first phase. The other next phase now for put that barcode like where you get your passport. So they should have put the barcode on her now outside.
You don't know.
Say again?
You don't know if they don't put the barcode?
No, because I'm not renewing my license yet. As my license still valid.
All right.
Yeah,
I'm not going to talk one time for get some information about what's I come on.
Not really. Okay. I mean, if I'm
so why you come on that was the main question.
Well, I don't come on now.
Okay. Then pull it in and sack you or corruption?
No, it's not corruption. You said that corruption.
Okay. From there, what's I go?
From there, I go State House.
Okay. What do you mean in State House?
There was a little bit of in terms of me as the administration and the board then, and
so SLRSA.
Yes. So there was this whole thing about these auto specs. I had my own different view to it. The board holds its own different view. The ministry holds its own different view.
Auto specs, not the people who are responsible for licensing and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
is it true? Well, when I talk about maybe tribalism, but is it true that now Lebanese people in the run the place?
Yes.
Okay.
And
why not local content or?
Like I said, I had my issues.
So that be process.
I don't left it out.
Okay. No, but this is an opportunity for the people. No, like me back.
So yeah, that's true. Yeah. So the number one issue actually was why Lebanese, as you ask. Okay. Number one. Number two.
You want local content? Or
yes. Okay. I wanted a local content.
Because also getting local content needs the capacity also.
Well, the capacity is the same.
And they say, when they talk about local content, if we get people in way, we for say this is local content, then forget what it take for do the work.
So the very first way we be there against, this thing was a restrictive tender.
Okay.
What's that mean? We said that be one man thing.
Okay.
I wanted for law to make an open, so we would get value.
Why not be 1 month? Because if it be open, they're not bid.
No, it was a restrictive kind of thing, and then I won. But that's something we inherit. So I had my own concerns.
Why not break them? Because they're not being good for the people.
Well,
maybe now that's make you say get problem with that.
I don't left it now.
Yeah, but again, let's clear it. Is it that you stand for some trade through, make them pull it in?
I think, journalists, you're able for dig bit.
Okay.
But I mean, no, with me God and my conscience, I stand for it right.
So coming to State House, is this a demotion or a promotion?
It was, anybody who worked at State House, not promotion for you.
Okay.
So I was there as a director of outreach.
So even
programs.
let's say maybe the cleaner or the cook serve na promotion?
Of course, you're working at the highest office.
Okay.
That is it is incomparable to all the offices down there.
Anyway, that's a different. Then go tell on the salary.
Definitely.
Anyway, so from State House, what next?
State House, I became the Deputy Minister for Communications, Technology and Innovation. And then slightly over a year, then I become the...
So, go to the Deputy Minister of Communication. Wouldn't that be your role or work there?
Okay, so me and my former boss, Madam Salima, we get a shared. So we got communication, technology, and innovation. So we be in charge of communication. So basically, I deal with NATCA, deal with cyber security, and the other. Then I had the admin under my belt. So I be get my own role what they play, and I did what I had to do. For example, I may facilitate the ratification of the cyber protocol.
All right.
And I may also facilitate NATCA.
How long you did it?
I think 1 year, 1 year.
You think they complete your work? Because sometimes I think taking people from one place, put them starting work, take and day to another place, in Hamburg work or vision?
No.
Okay.
No, I mean,
yeah.
But I straight away knew something was coming. So I didn't know.
Let's say you know now, later say the non-PK as Minister of Youth. How the news come about? On radio, on press release?
Now see SLBC.
Okay.
That night Madrid they play. In fact, I was really sad. Madrid they play Arsenal, so Arsenal will only beat Madrid. But seeing somebody that first called me, hey, congratulations, and then the phone started, ringing now non-stop.
All right.
So at least I felt small courage that Arsenal will beat Madrid.
You think about the responsibility as a youth minister compared to the other ministry of these governments, I would say lives of young people?
Yeah.
So what do you plan for them?
It's a huge task. It's one for me. So I find it this way. So it's a huge task, but I see it as an opportunity as well. An opportunity that I able to serve my country and my fellow younger people.
Okay.
But there is also a threat component of it. So the opportunity is, not me now, the opportunity is that we have a younger population as a country. Between 18 to 35 years make up of 35% of the population. If you go to the 2021 census, we between 15 to 35 years, we are almost 70% of the country's population. So that's an opportunity and that's a threat. The opportunity is if we put in policies and programs, we can able for capacitate or give hands-on skills to this young generation. We are already preparing a very good generation after this.
Okay.
If we fail as a government and as a people for do policies and programs, we be say then why are not able this generation not able for get themselves socially integrated for contribute to society, then it's a threat. Because then they can pass and they have nothing to contribute. Okay. So there's going to be pressure on the young picking there, for example.
All right.
So just that those will be there ahead of we, fail for plan for we. Now this make you see Boku young man in a treat.
So you plan, is it from 1 to 35 or from 18 to 35?
So I get Miguel we had on partition then now.
How?
Thank you. So you get first of all page back. This country is a very beautiful country. Governments now we don't make plenty law. So now the things that we done to do this last 1 month. Now for first of all categorize the youths there into 3 or 4 categories. Now you get the war, the war youths. We not like a we. You get the post-war youths. The one that will come after we. And you get the I must say COVID. Ebola and COVID youths there now. Because now, if you find out these BNs are picking the born picking. So if teenagers they born picking, and then by the time that teenagers they become 18 for going to adulthood, by the time they're 25, they picking with even 10. You understand? So you put on this categories. So now, if you don't get programs, where we say, even the one that, like we are in our raw youths, if Bokuman drop out of school, Bokuman able land, and then you get youths that will be say, then go small secondary, but they not go college. There's no skill. You get the other one that way done college. But because of how we curriculum or we courses and day, society able for absorb them.
We're not marketable.
We're not marketable. They not get work. So I look at all youth there now. Then you get the other one that really itself we marketable but work not the job market. So now you ask yourself, what do you think you can do? Because as a matter of fact, I've been done in shoes before. Myself, I go college, we go college lunch no day. We had to walk through people, not to people that pay for we fees, like some we na.
So what's program you get for the Mr. Minister? Okay,
so the programs what I get for there, they into 4 thematic deliverable points. So I call it the Youth in Entrepreneurship Drive, but also the strategic plan. But there are 4 key things: agriculture, agriculture, ag tech, and food systems. Value addition, climate change and adaptation, skills and development, and then tech and innovation. But all 4 of them here, you don't able to do one without the 3. Anyone you go do the balance 3.
It's a component.
Yes.
All 4 related.
All 4 interrelated. You cannot do one without
time frame day for Dandy. That causes it.
Yes.
How long?
Thank you. So, if you follow the very first thing I don't do now for sign MOU with Milton Magai Technical University. So we don't identify 21 technical courses, and now I don't call plenty NGO there, and I don't meet tertiary education. In fact, there's a policy that anybody where they offer skills now, if you know get tech voc certification from the TSC, there's a fine. So me don't want for use them small.
You know, make people not get a chance for if find it. A lot of people know if they go to find them for that, but could not go able to complete them constantly.
No, you don't understand the fine what I mean.
What do you mean?
For example, if base get base training institute, that institute they just get out, you go to the NGO, they say they train people, and you're not certified by TSC.
All right.
There's a fine for you.
So if I go through TSC.
So why is that process there? Now they use all technical universities.
All right.
So from catering to hairdressing to animal husbandry, poultry, for make fridge, for make for electrician, solar electrician, to carpentry, to mason, for let you be refrigerator technician. For let you
so now the tech book they get for you is because we also say a big institution, for example, they give this one by Fair Junction and
GTI.
Center, yes.
GTI.
Yeah.
So these are the institutions we media use for roll out 6-month courses.
Okay.
And then courses are really targeted to firstly the one that way they come up from the rehab places here from the Kush, and this is why I don't begin my outreach. And secondly, the one them even we don't done college, like we do peace and conflict or that we don't marketable. We get courses like we call digital skills, like coding, cyber security, graphic design, other things that we go do, we can add so that you people already we can able market you, networking, a lot of other things there. So we don't see that we don't work out them courses there. As I speak to you right now, we roll out 1,000 and that courses are free. Yeah, we roll out 1,000. We'll do a call this maybe by next month. We'll get for train the youths there, 1,000 of the youths there into then 21 various courses there, and also free to no more. So with the decentralizer, so we make sure saying a standardized format. We also get for do what we call psychosocial counseling as part of the training. We get for what we call anger management, ethics, how you even become professional in your dealings. And when you done, we give you startup kits. For example, if you train 10 people there, how for be in automotive engineering for repair a vehicle, when they're done, you they buy various parts there, you give them, and they go start up for do something for themselves. You understand? So this is one of the program. But how about the one where the provinces now? We come to agriculture. Based from the reports that I read, you find out say, well, we find out say the youths there in 2023 engaged in what we call the youth in agriculture and youth in farming. They cultivated about 24 to 27,000 hectares of rice. But they suffer a huge post-harvest loss. We mean say out of that 24,000, they're not able to get 5,000 because they're not able to harvest the rest. You know, planting is easy. Just going to throw the seeds there. But then I ask myself again, okay, all these we are supported by FSRP, for example, agricultural project. What if tomorrow money not for support their project here? What's a sustainable measure? So I bring a whole concept, what we call the youth in cash crops, a sustainable youth in mixed agricultural farm settlement or cash crops, a sustainable pathway to socio-economic development. So what do I mean by that? So I take Mangebure, for example, which I mean we have Komo, or I take Gimadama or Tonkia, which I mean Komo. So if you go, the KPIs that are each chiefdom for do 15,000 trees of 5 different cash crops. When are cacao, coffee, cashew, oil palm, and bamboo cane stick. And I give like to oil palm, for example. If you take the Malaysian oil palm, you do 5,000 trees. 3 of the Malaysian trees, they give you 1 drum oil after 3 years. If you divide down there by 10 5-gallon, they make 1 drum. So if you divide down there by 5, by 3, you are getting like 1,600. If you multiply down there by 500 leones, you're getting like 8 billion. If you divide 8 billion by $24,000, you're getting like $2.7 to $3 million from palm oil alone.
Well, don't forget to say other problems and get for cancer.
Well, these are the I know, but now projections are the
you get to think about the other cost away. Maybe some go well managing all that kind of stuff.
The projections. Let's even say if you get 2.7 to 3 million, let's even say you end up getting 1.5 million. For a chiefdom.
That's good.
You understand? How about cashew? How about cacao? How about coffee? So with this now, the youths then came for cultivate all the crops there, like vegetables, like pineapple.
Who's standing here the stats we talk about?
Well, now I don't put the concept together, and now for presented to the Ministry of Finance, and then all other.
Because we also asked about the money, but where's the Minister of Finance? So
so the first thing you have to plan. If you don't have a plan, anybody can kind of just do it.
All right, Mr. Minister, before you take office, the former minister must don't get some plans in place. Which plans do you meet? Because one of the things you hear about the former minister, all man give a talk about fishing, boats, also farming, this same farming we talk about. Them plants and I mean, you look into them, how we able to complete them, you count your new plants and now, or the car wash now be another issue. Well, I don't know maybe how you see that, because most of the car wash that we don't see around. Young man and together, they smoke kush, how accountable them be to order, then they take bookkeepings, and they take inventory of cars out in the wash, almost then they get out and they use the money.
So plenty but the car wash themselves not the function at the moment.
Of course.
Yeah,
Some like people that just did it now.
Because of which you explain so. So this car wash now just
a fail.
Like
a fail project.
I can't call it a fail. You can still revamp it and see what you're able to do.
I go revamp that one.
Well, there are other ways.
Because I would expect like then car wash then they would things that don't improve now. Maybe when I get that gun in.
No, they have the guns.
Not
actually.
everywhere, sir.
Yeah, what's happening? Okay. So right now, what's
so that's another problem also. It's not only about giving these young people then chance here. How they will manage.
So the very first problem was they failed for train them. Capacity building was
so they put the cart before the horse.
Yes. So that's why I'm bringing skills development.
All right.
So in addition to just washing the cars, they can even repair some of the cars.
Yeah.
Like they can get.
Or even make tires.
They can get a vulcanizing facility.
You know.
No,
yeah. Not only washing cars.
They can get a vulcanizing facility for even because they have then because then car wash yourself. They have like a bridge.
Yeah.
A way bridge where you must can't able enter.
Yeah.
So those minor things that able for do that one day. But at the capacity building.
Okay.
So I'm bringing in skills development.
So you know almost the former minister put on that project there?
The books
because then car wash they nearly all over the country.
The books are there. He did well on that actually in terms of the infrastructure.
He did well, but it didn't fail.
Well, I'm not going to say it failed.
It failed because
how for just
some of the machines and fuel, they're not able to get account of almost in the use.
I'll tell you about ethics.
So maybe you don't go work learning people the skills, even like them machines, and you get to learn somebody for able to repair them also.
Definitely.
We able to help.
Definitely.
You know?
Hands-on skills.
So how they in project them day? What's in the happen, buddy?
Okay, so for example, I begin from the youth in fisheries.
Yeah.
So how me don't tweaker. Now we dey try for do value addition to the fish.
Okay.
And we need to do boats like wooden boats because we're in season car, the artisanal fisherman able gonna see.
Yeah.
So we've engaged Ministry of Fisheries. We're trying to see how best we can have an MOU. The first level 2 one we again are skills development.
Okay.
What did they make? We get all these big attire, in terms of nautical miles, we get them past Guinea, Liberia, and Ghana.
We never make use of
but we never make use of her.
Yeah.
Trawlers they come, they need to sustain for maintain. Why? Because we don't have the youths to do the skills.
Okay.
We want trawler come for another repair, again for go back Senegal or Nigeria. We don't get youths that way.
Even kekesef.
That's what I'm
we
saying.
don't get garage for keke.
That's what I'm saying.
We also help for. I mean,
repair
exactly.
Keke. So the very first thing we really push collectively. Now for all make sure say we do. You know, there's a huge gap. For the middle level manpower. So how do we narrow that
Connect
gap?
that gap.
Yes. That's a big thing. So you remember the 6334 was created so you can be able to do 6 years primary, you do 3 years junior secondary and 3 years senior secondary. So for you when you're able to go senior secondary, that's where the tech folks are there for you. And that's why now the new University Act say Ministry of Youth sits on all the university courts.
All right.
Yeah. So we are running these programs. It's a 6-month intensive program.
Okay.
Even for repair Okada. We got to get people
exactly,
to train,
you know,
for repair keke.
Even the environment and the use back say.
So the environment,
protective gloves, you know, reflectors.
This is what we are using in the universities.
Yeah.
So that's why I would matriculate them there. There's decency in labor, SDG 1 and 5 and 13. It tells you you can able to create decent jobs. Recycling, you have to teach them about their environment. You got to get, like when you go basic school, when you go school no more, you must learn ABC and 1, 2, 3. So they have, we go for what's called foundation course. What this is that you go do for the first 1 month. In terms of ethics management,
they wonder how long you able to actualize or practicalize the things that we talk about. Because
right now they tell you we get money for 1,000 people.
Okay.
And this one, not so money we say that thing that we don't do, but we don't care. Put me foot to door.
The money day?
The money day.
Okay.
It's about.
Because now for you know they may be 6 months, 1 year. Just don't know it says when the president pull you go put your other side, give you other position. Their plans are not go work.
No, they are forced. I just begin 1 month.
I go determine that.
I got in power. I enjoy what I'm doing.
Side on the way president don't put people there, not say they pull them back.
I understand.
And like I mentioned earlier, when they get the power for hire and fire, not informing you.
According to the constitution.
Why we hope say then go work.
Yeah, but this 1,000 will go for rollout. Now Freetown, Western area, and Western Owan, and then we do one na Makeni, one na Boo, and then one at Kenema and Kailau.
Okay.
So I don't call the people. I don't call you. I don't call the NGO name, but I call them. What's what I intend for do? Oh, they're going to begin choose the small people for training. I said no. This morning we are going to go a splitter between Milton Magai, between Kenema, ETU, between Kono, and wherever I did, and then we determine the courses.
Okay.
Where it's free.
All right.
So when they send the money, they will never want the money come out of the ministry.
Okay.
So we don't hold that meeting with this whole week, and we are almost getting there.
All right.
So 1,000 people there will be training, youths then will be training various skills. Yeah, and then every other one now we come.
Okay.
We'll just go.
All right, Fambul, these are the new Minister of Youth. We brought a man Sano, and you don't tell you some of him plans that we get. We hope, because together with young people. I mean, these are just first part of the program. And we can read some messages. A lot of people don't send message. I don't know if you're able to take them down. I don't mind if I give this paper and I make a try for cut and quick with the pen. Or just read. Eddie Grant on Facebook say, what makes him this talkative a gem? Well, them don't say something about that. Suleiman Kamasa, good evening, big brother. Big thanks for hosting the Minister of Youth on the hot seat. 4-day Peter Stevens say you did a great job at SLRSA, no doubt. You'll transform the Minister of Youth for the best on their leadership. Justice T. Moitenga says, thank you, Mr. Minister, for being proactive. For first day in office, sir, the District Youth Council needs new leadership. Where are you going to conduct the District Youth Council elections across the districts? And Eddie Grant, I don't see that happening. Sorry to say that. 4 days against Eddie Grant, that's your opinion, for which you're right. Likewise mine, because I've seen his track records. Alaji Bundu Kagbo, good evening, DJ. Best thanks for hosting the Minister of Youth on air. Lord Derrick Mass is probably the best youth minister in our nation's history. And Eddie Grant actually track record na SLRSA. 4 days against says Lord Rick Mass, he's down to earth. Abubakar Ba says, welcome, Brother Sano. What are some of the goodies you have for your youths in Mama Saloon? Sununu Johnson, good evening, hot seats. Rahim says, how this country saloon, they move ahead? It asks question. And, okay, 40, don't send a lot. So, someone so just said, Grant, really, it's too early, but maybe you know what I've known, I don't know. Lord Rick says, if only government increase budgetary support to the youth ministry, this man will work wonders. Mickey Mike say, you're doing great, brother man. You're doing great, brother man. And Sylvester says, Rahim, but he's not Sankosa, but Sano. How can you wish your fellow man not to deliver or achieve his goal? Oye Saloon, let God help we. Rahim says, Sylvester Kamara, this man gets the tools them for move the youths them ahead. At the Grand Mohammed Oman Bangra talk past you, brah. At the end of the day, now Rolls Royce and fish pond he acquire and left with youths them pankush and other harmful drugs. Sano get for do the same. Sad. All right. Rahim says 1,000 OT. Remember talking about the youth job that we brought talk about. Suleiman Kamara, so you have very good plans for the youth of Mama Salome, Mr. Minister of Youth. Mohammed Bangra says, inshallah, it will happen. And Kanja say, car wash is not a good job, so we brag of it. When you go to the West, you'll never see government officials talk about such as projects. Lolo say Eddie Grant, okay, the argument. Abu Sise says, Honorable Mr. Ibrahim Sano, thank you for taking the time to speak to us with us today. The youth of Sierra Leone are facing immense challenges, and your appointment as Minister of Youth, wow, this is right, Boku. That's if it's a good read. It's too much. But anyway, let's try for read them. We commend your recent announcement of the Youth in Entrepreneurship Strategic Plan, and we are keen to understand how this plan will directly address some of the most pressing issues impacting young people across the country. Specifically, two concerns weigh heavily on the minds of many. Firstly, the alarming statistics that a significant portion of our youth are succumbing to drug addiction. Reports suggest that a large percentage, perhaps as high as 70%, as some estimates, are affected by substance abuse. This is a devastating crisis that destroys lives, families, and communities. What concrete, immediate, and long-term plans does your ministry have to combat this rampant drug abuse among our youths? How will you expand access to rehabilitation, prevention programs, and community-based support system to pull young people out of this dangerous cycle? I could just read the second one, no more, too long. Secondly, there is a deeply frustrating reality faced by many university graduates like myself. We have invested years in our education, acquired degrees, and yet we find ourselves with no hope of employment. Unemployment rates among graduates are staggeringly high, whilst entrepreneurship is a vital path. What specific initiative will be put in place to ensure that these highly educated young people can utilize their skills and knowledge within the formal economy? How will your ministry collaborate with other government sectors and the private sector to create meaningful job opportunities and address the systemic issues that lead to such high graduate unemployment? Will there be program for skills matching, internship, or incentives for companies to hire recent graduates? Okay, let's just do one thing. Honorable Minister, the youth of Sierra Leone are resilient and full of potential. We believe that with the right leadership and strategic interventions, these challenges can be overcome. We look forward to hearing your comprehensive plans to tackle these urgent issues and provide a brighter future for all Sierra Leonean youth. Francis John says the plans are good, but looks a long-term plan, thinking about the duration. And Jocelyn says, what about introducing our young people into technology and AI? Car wash is demeaning to our young people. They are way better than that. Last but not the least, Ambassador Cole David. Wow, it's been too long. So, Mr. Minister, respond for us. So we only get 20 more minutes to have a response because we can't talk about the drugs.
The district council leadership, yes. District council youths, we already do engage with counterparts at the Attorney General and Minister of Justice.
Okay.
We've done the first, second, and third meetings. So I want to assure you, say, once we come up Parliament, then we'll be able to do our elections.
Okay.
Good news for the youth and youth entrepreneurship plan. I don't explain now and then. So we do hands-on skills, and then we've done the skills that we can able for give and startup kits for able to start up something. You and a graduate, we also roll out their skills here. For example, if you do something like cyber security, with like a 6-month course, and you take the exam online, you already have a certificate. You can get job, any cyber job, or you can even salo the hook. Because cyber is borderless, it goes beyond borders. So the plan for university graduates, so the plan varies. It depends on which your interest. But we own plan that we want to do as many skills. And then the skills are digital skills. We like I don't want to do ICT in a college. But what I've done, based on me, I work there, I can get interest in ICT. I begin teach myself. So that's the one thing I can able to tell young people. Like, you have to again challenge yourself. You know, all day you sleep a week, you feel say no more things go happen for you. You have to challenge yourself and do some effort. Knowledge is actually very important. So therefore read every day and keep yourself abreast. And then the well-being of the youth. I can't sit in the office and plan. I have the plans in my head, but I have to go on the ground. So that I do the outreach. I even visit APC party office.
What does that mean?
What does that mean? You have to basically go and, I mean, I'm minister for the youth.
I know.
For Sierra Leone.
Visiting them is just one thing, the visit. What next? What next?
For example, the day I go there, and one of the concerns they raised that they had few of their colleagues were sick. And so would overarrange.
What do you mean, then sick?
Yes.
And I did ND?
Yes. So we've arranged to Ambassador Denke, even the APC Youth League chair, from last week. I spoke to Ministry of Health for the Health on Wheels. So they offered one for them, but they had some program. And so it's still available. I'm still reaching them if tomorrow.
Because they ask you, say, yes, the visit is good as a minister.
I'm coming.
But I'm coming. Go ahead.
Number one, and also for integrated in all the programs. That every program will be integrated because they are Sierra Leoneans as well.
So you talk to somebody where you go say, I will need some of them which skill and get and bring them. Or
definitely. Me and the current APC Youth League chair, we're in touch. In fact, by next week, we intend to have a meeting with all political parties, APEA. I want to see how I can revive APEA so that most of the programs, APEA can also be seen participating actively. I mean, this is what Sierra Leone, one country, one people.
But Mr. Minister, what do you do? Because you got good, me say, I mean, this is a fact. Most of these political party office, you get young people where they take drug, I mean, non-stop. So what should they do for I mean, forget them out of the drug. Like I say again, going to the party office, maybe that's the first step, going there. The next step for be how for pulling at them party officer, because these are young people. In fact, to me, some of them, they when trouble, I mean, the politicians, they need people and for go fight for them, then go take them, they load them. So you for pull them out of the office, because
so not just the party offices.
Yeah.
I've been down to Kanike, Colbert, Ferry, and then the other place we not even Sabi. And tomorrow they go even Bambara town.
Okay.
So the reason why I'm visiting these places is so that we identify.
Okay.
Not just for we want to treat them.
Okay.
And we don't treat them. These are the people we get for target. Where we roll out the skills program here.
Okay.
So these are the people. So as they go there and go with the whole team. We got people that will take down the names, take down contact.
Get plan for pulling at them areas
there. These are the target people for the skills program.
Okay.
People that where some they get very bad sores.
But you need to take them through rehabilitation first, counseling and all that kind of stuff.
If you probably could just recall, when I began, I used to go for the whole psychosocial counseling. So like we are currently working.
When also, that's another thing.
Okay, so we are currently engaged in Caritas, for example. They have what we then call youth wellness, well-being.
Yeah.
We get for doing psychosocial, which is it. So we are engaging them maybe in the next 1 month or so. Once everything don't clear, there's a whole program we roll out.
Okay.
Yeah. So once I go waka, I see them here, who come with the document they will write. Now write to them. Now they say, oh yes, we get this thing. So then come, now office. The day before study. Okay. So we don't sit down, we don't meet there. So let's tell you base. I begin to tell you say, if we don't, it's an opportunity, it's a threat. If we don't take care of those people, yeah, then tomorrow, not double burden they get.
You're right.
Because they get for born the whole picking them, whether they take care of the whole picking them back.
Mr. Minister, why you also try to collaborate with other government agencies, or I mean, for make sure say they cut the source first for this drug, because if they don't have it, they're not going to do outside in this. You got good me say this drug not been all along this country.
Drug is already an emergency now.
Yeah,
it's a health emergency.
Because taking them out there, the drugs still there. I mean the supply chain. Because before now, but there we see government go put stronger football. We not see much happen, because you got good me. You send somebody want to see the boom in different places. Yeah. When you go to Botomango, you go to Aberdeen, you go to SS Camp, you come inside everywhere you go to Sambagota, you go to these political parties. You see these young people are there taking kush openly.
Yeah, true.
So this will add more burden to you. Work your plans away again?
More burden. But you don't relent. This is why it's a call to service. So you go there, like I remember, go down Kanike, I spoke to some of them, they were crying. I just shared my story with them. I said, look, I'm not better than you guys. That's circumstance. So if we're not there now, they take kush. But they tell you you're picking they can't for take care of you, or by tell better they can't for now. You help don't for look after you. We don't have to give up. It's a wellness being. Before you care for the youth, you got to get them for the well-being first.
All right.
So we don't have to give up. I mean, it's a collective responsibility, including even you now as a social commentator or journalist. Yeah. And if you don't go down to them, I mean, then who would I go to them?
So what do you think say this drug problem there? The homes, society, the people who they bring on governments. What do you think is the problem?
You know, Sarah, so we have a lot of borders. And we get means for people.
But we get security people.
Yeah, but you get some border, we don't even get security.
But again, Mr. Minister, I got good me say, outside and they sell the kush. You meet the people and they then go able to show you outside and they go buy the kush. So within the authorities also did, because you get to make sure say work with the authorities, or else you will get more burden. Because a lot of people they think say as a youth minister, and Mr. Believe say Danny for be responsibility, young people in problem.
True.
And I don't know if you get planned for how for put on people who don't cross youth age. Because you go good me say some man na 40 they tell you say na youth for safe. I go na Casafoni outside this mining thing for happen on Saturday by Kabbalah. The man is almost 49 years. It's in the youth chairman.
Of course.
So what's planning again for people that we don't cross youth age?
So that you encounter the plans there for everybody.
Time not on beat, so we make them the call themselves youth. Maybe 10 years of the war and 10 years of problems don't make, like you mentioned, Corona, Ebola don't make their lives all don't go bad. So sometimes young people don't have plan, Mr. Minister.
So this is what we get for plan for them. Even with the mining sector. A lot of people they want to work in the mining sector, but they don't have the skills required for the mining sector. So part of the skills program will roll out. We don't write letter to mines. I engage Napoleon on this, and NMA. And for those, you don't bring all the mining companies together, and we agree on the kind of skills they offer, and then we as a government now can roll out programs. Whether you want to be art movie machine operator or you want to be this specific pro, so they can train them and left for them. We take for take there and take there.
Okay.
So we have to roll out. Look, there's no two-way thing to this. Yes, the drug day, but if everybody gets something what they do, people in the way they work when they take drug as well,
course,
but they are better off. But if then young man get an alternative livelihood, they're not go left for they go to the smoke kush all day. So for me, yes. We get for rollout programs for really fit the source of the drugs coming in. But additionally, let's also look at those who are already now addicted for see how cable pull there and get a whole psychosocial with self thing for them. People that don't come on are good homes where now push addictives.
You're right.
Some parents they lock their pikin the whole day inside house.
You're right.
I have received calls from parents that weeping on the phone. They cry. They tell me thank you. How they pikin there and they almost lost their pikin there.
What you do?
You know? No, because I go down Juba,
okay.
I go down under that bridge, I go Kanike, I go Black Street, so I'm visiting these kush places, trying to firstly identify the places, and then they go for go stigmatize them.
What sense you say make them take the kush? For some of them coming out good homes?
Yes, peer pressure.
Yeah.
Peer pressure is one. And for those who know to peer pressure, well, I think largely not peer pressure. Because I see this man they take, and I can't see the whole day, and that is it.
With the sofutal?
With the sofutal. So the day. So the very first thing they do now for men then with the sofut. So once you don't mend them with the sofut, and then they see say you care, and then when them programs come, even the cash transfer programs you get for CAM, you get for also work. We don't go through. You can get a program for them, and then train. Skills is very important. Right. Even when you want to go to school, you get degree. Not all jobs is in office.
You're right.
Where you can make them call probation. You therefore go through people there, and then you learn. You understand? Even you today, you are perfect now because you were trained by some people. I remember from UN Radio,
right.
You understand? So skills, we should really prioritize skills. Skills is the only way out. Not supposed to say jobs no do.
All right.
Jobs day, but do you have the requisite skills for
jobs day?
Oh, of course.
Wow.
Jobs they go always there.
So the one way they come up, like this, a lot of people they come on college way. I mean, after college, like you mentioned earlier on, the market's not some of the things they would study. So now most people say what's the area and they say, well, I don't know if they say they go school be there about political science, whether they want to come from politics, say political science, come on for council. But like the job markets of most of the things that we universities and they're not able to fit into society.
I read linguistics and political science first degree. Where was that taking me to get a job? But I had to do public administration.
Nowhere.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I read public administration at master's level. I'll go do master's, I not pay. I not pay. I don't do master's from 2014.
All right.
I not pay till 2019 when I begin work.
Okay. Why not pay there?
Because I never get money.
Okay.
But I don't say I need to go do it.
All right.
I get the one for pay for enter.
Okay.
For buy the form, pay for enter. So I mean, go.
So which job is there for young people? Which job? Okay.
So for example, if you take agriculture, that's a whole job.
But you know, agriculture, not like that first agriculture. You ever do technology now.
Exactly.
You ever do
so skills.
Yeah.
Skills. Look, this Bobona Kono. You know what college safe.
Okay.
We don't go America, don't carry recently. If we can do
the ministry, they support people him, and we send they give them for startup. Those I want to yeah.
Yeah. So we right now now skills. We don't base on skills, and for all the cash crop programs, even Christian A right they have some funding where they launch some youth programs. What we don't do right now, we have a report. What we call status of youth report.
Okay.
So anybody where they come for do anything, if you don't align with it, if you what you do, not align with the recommendations of that report, we need a partner with you.
All right, it's okay. We get 5 more minutes to the wrap up. I'll read this way. According to the country's National Youth Commission, about 70% of youth are unemployed. 70%, Mr. Minister, or unemployed, with an estimated 800,000 actively seeking employment. The source African Development. What happened to the jobs in the country? What are you doing as a minister to tackle the massive unemployment rate in the country? As they say, an idle man is the devil's workshop. When you don't have jobs, they go and take drugs and kush. So you say job day. Now, according to African Development, the source, 70% of young people them not get work. 800,000 they look for work.
So I come back and tell you say that skills. It comes to skills.
So what certain skills job are they?
No, you got to get the skills first.
Okay.
So we don't programs on the rule out.
Right.
Once we don't capacitate to now, we can put into cooperatives.
Okay. So you don't plan now for carry the skills for
Definitely.
able meet up then here.
Definitely.
But already according to the African development, them problems are done there.
So
70% of young people don't get work.
Okay, let's give you an example.
Yeah.
You know, say 10 because this country they import egg.
Yes.
Exactly. But now we need to import eggs.
Now they import the fall picking there.
And they come. Now we import the fall picking there. 10 they catch even chicken food. The value in this country. Yeah. So now I tell you now.
So they import the fall picking there where they can lay the egg.
Now I'm coming.
It's because something very important you mentioned. So I'm gonna I'm not you quickly. I'm gonna how they call this place, a young guy come out America, he gets a poultry farm, you know, Babel by Kerry Town yonder.
Okay.
So the asked him, I go interview him, he said now from Belgium and they buy the young for them.
Yes.
And when I've been small, I remember per flood,
Yes.
where be the Wilkinson
Yes.
Road, then be the arch there,
Arch there,
the
yes.
machines then be there.
Yes.
So how we lost all down there and now pass to go buy the whole fall for can lay the egg.
Okay, so this Bobo while talk about Kono, they don't do your archery right now.
Okay.
Yeah? They don't begin say other people do that way they do the archery.
Okay.
Yeah? But what's wrong if 10 young man will come together in a Waterloo, you don't need much, and then when I start for begin do poultry, maybe say they sell the egg, now they sell the fall, even use the dung as manure.
Okay.
So these are some of the things we want to implant in there.
All right.
You can't sit in your home every day crying for jobs.
Okay.
Hands-on skills. We're able to give you 6 month skills, we'll give you
Okay.
small startup, and you can go start something for do.
All right.
So because there's one thing for let you go school, and there's one thing also for let you study and pass.
Okay.
So it's the same thing as a young person.
All right.
Government can provide the enabling environment, but it's also incumbent on you as a younger person to move out on the NTR.
Government also for provide the enabling environment, provide also for investors then for get an enabling environment for employ young people.
No, look, we don't really need to rely on this investor. We can begin with homegrown investors. Yeah? We can begin with homegrown investors. For example, Junior Navo, Ambassador Junior Navo. Now investor he bring for do AIV.
Yeah.
He begin AIV small. Now look AIV delicately.
How many salon people will get we able to commit them money for investing here?
It's about them. It's about the mindset.
Maybe you get that mindset there.
No, this is why we go for share the mindset.
Oh, that's cool.
It's about the mindset.
Anyway, we don't get much time, Mr. Minister, and I appreciate where you come. And he said, Mr. Minister, we saw you sharing food and handouts to youth. Immediately you took office. Do you really need to encourage youth to the culture of handouts? That's bra or bobo mentality. Why can't you get jobs for youth? I tell you, that's Nandi, because to me, it's good really for getting the food. But again, the salon people are not in the psyche. They don't think, say, I mean, Minister get for come back. Now the chairman is so, Mr. Minister, let them not look and say, now a point for the and drag.
When last accommodate?
I don't know.
This was just a benevolence we have to do.
Okay.
Because when I go home, she saw I was really depressed.
All right.
With that kind of scene day, people living under the bridge, they don't even get more better food for eat.
All right.
And then they
we don't get much time.
Offer.
We don't get much time.
They offer say it can provide food
like
for
a
them.
charity.
Like a charity.
Okay, maybe 3 more minutes before wrap up. On Facebook, Swissman says you cannot succeed to redeem the people from drugs when the ghetto is open and traffickers are still coming to drugs in the country. So if government wants to redeem the youth, they should destroy the intention of the drug traffickers in the country. Suleiman Kamal said, this minister really get the youth at heart. Bashiru Luxin Mustafa says, what about the Sierra Leonean youth living in Tunisia suffering? What are your plans for them? Mufti says, Mr. Minister, you don't try and make Allah continue for bless you, sir. But please, sir, if the 1,000 people, then they apply for enroll for courses. For them courses here, make we not watch by surname or tribe, make that change that we are looking for, just like you have started to say. Eddie say, Oman Bangra seek a sack one. Is sack one come out from the rotten boats where Bill and deceive the president for go lunch? You save bill boats? And that's if you sell bill boats.
No, me, what's me want for bring fiber boats.
All right. Okay, we're not getting much time. I want to watch one picture because at some point in time, this picture we done all over social media. We been like a catchy picture. Well, I don't know if now you maybe you go prove. No, just let me produce that. Okay, we can watch the picture. They will wrap up quickly, Mr. Minister.
Yes, that's me.
Okay. So that's that speaker box thing.
No, I told the speaker
All right.
box.
When was that?
2018.
Okay, during the campaign.
Yes.
You don't think maybe Nadamic president?
2018.
You don't think Nadamic president be the give because we look around, you have been one man who be there and during them days there.
Well, maybe that could be one.
All right.
But other than that, I mean, I also possibly get a good track record.
All right. Because they say, you know, a humble person, and that's how I may be. I told the speaker. But anyway, we're not getting much time. Thank you for waking. I appreciate you. And time now, because even this Mpox thing, I don't know how much you don't go and sensitize young people about. Okay, but I'm afraid. Time now on the side. You find out whatsoever, but then say goodbye. Family, we're live on AYV Radio 101.7 FM, AYV TV channel 33, online on www.ayvnews.com. We're also there on DSTV. So this is a program, The Hot Seats. They come to you every Wednesday, 8 o'clock live, and a repeat on Saturday. Mr. Minister, quickly, then wrap it up.
Okay, so to the youths of Sierra Leone, His Excellency the President, Brigadier Retired Dr. Julius Maada, will care for now, and it don't give me a clear mandate. I will make sure say represent them well in terms of firstly uniting all the youths together, and two, creating all necessary empowerment schemes from skills development to agriculture to climate change and to tech and innovation, for make sure say every young person in this country is not left behind. Everybody is brought on board so that the future will be okay for we all, because we are no longer the future, we are today. All right.
Thank you. That's the new Minister of Youth, Brother Sanowo. Appreciate him. Now, a young man, and we hope say we will get his zeal for the young people that work time not on the side. Hope say will come on the night live on Friday sometime on Facebook also. Quickly, I'll just read this wrap up, respond. Young ladies on the beach, now that issue down the commercial sex workers, youth being used by politicians and mostly involved in violence, tribalism and job for pay party picking is a serious concern. What is the reason for all these issues and what can you do to deal with them? Do you think you can make a difference? I'm afraid we can't sweet everybody on. So till then, we'll take plenty thanks to the guys who make this program meet you. Have a good time. God bless you. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.